Have you ever caught a fish and when you were cleaning it, found parasites or worms? Perhaps you've seen two-headed fish like these. I don't want to eat that. I don't think you do either. If you are currently eating seafood, odds are you are eating a farm-raised product. I am a licensed wastewater operator. I have over 10 years experience treating wastewater. My wastewater experience led me to an interest in aquaculture and the intensive rearing of fish. For 3 years, I successfully operated my own small system, raising fish like this to fish like this. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that I have learned. So, how do we feed all these people and not cause more pollution or deplete our wild food stocks through indiscriminate netting like this? In an article in Oceanus entitled Down on the Farm Raising Fish, authors Hawk and Kite Powell stated that if chicken and beef were wild caught only, they would become very scarce and expensive. So we mass produce them. Fish are no different. There are several methods of intensive cultivation of fish, one of which are net pens. Pens of nets are suspended in a waterway, normally the ocean, sometimes rivers, and fish are reared inside the nets. Flow-through systems where water from a stream or a river is directed into one end of a raceway and out the other, or pits where a pit is dug and filled with water and fish are raised in them. Rice paddies are an early development of this, and the carp were raised in the rice paddies along with the rice. So these three systems have a couple of problems. One is all the pollution created by the fish is carried in the water that is in or near, and the fish are susceptible to any pollutants or poisons and parasites that are in the water that is coming in. So a fourth system, known as a recirculating aquaculture system, is a series of tanks where the water is recirculated after it's been cleaned, and most of the water is just reused over and over again, and very little has to be replaced. And that's usually due to evaporation or the water that's used to carry out the solid wastes. The wastes from this are also capturable because you're not sending it out into a body of water to be carried away. Now, an RAS uses a lot more energy than the others, even though it uses less water, that the pollutants can be contained. Joel K. Bourne Jr. interviewed a fish farmer for his article, Can the Blue Revolution Solve the World's Food Puzzle? In National Geographic Online. And his fish farmer stated that he recirculates 85% of the water he uses, and he would like to get that to 98. However, this comes with a very hefty electric bill and a large treatment plant. Standard wastewater practices and equipment are adaptable to this system and clean the water and return it to the fish. Can the extra energy use be justified? In the book Fish Hatchery Management by Sommerfeld, the author said that the recirculating systems can be placed closer to the customer and in areas with very stringent regulations, meaning the fish is closer to the end user, so there's a higher quality product, and in an area normally would be not used for in the industry, like a residential area, you could put a recirculating aquaculture system right in the middle of a residential area, and most people would not know. So the waste can be captured and reused to create other food products like these vegetables or the aquatic plants. Another use to offset the costs would be drying and pelletizing the solid waste for use as fertilizers. Since there are needs for increased food production, and since most methods cause pollution, RASs fill this need. They can be placed nearly anywhere. They use less water, though they use more energy. The controlled inputs and outputs protect the quality of the fish as well as the environment. RASs can be placed anywhere, next to your house or in an old factory.